Amy Johnson, and this is my studio, Johnson Precision Fitness. Let's go ahead and go inside. I'm going to be leading you through a workout today. Although we are using the studio to record the workout, this workout is something that you can do in your living room or kitchen, okay? The only equipment I'm going to be using today is a towel, okay? So we're going to be doing some exercises, some slider exercises, upper body and lower body. So just make sure you have a nice smooth surface and a towel. You could use a laminated piece of paper, or if you actually have fitness sliders, then we'll go ahead and use those, okay? I'm going to lead you through a warm-up before we get started on the slider circuit, okay? If you want to follow along with me, what we're going to do is hinge at the hip. I'm going to reach forward, my back is flat, and then I'm going to come up, squeeze the glutes at the top. So I'm going to do about 10 reps. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, okay? Opposite arm, opposite leg, high knee march. This just gets arms and legs moving in opposition, okay? On this end, I'm gonna hinge at the hip, add the arms. So now if you notice, I have no bend in the knee, so I'm getting a nice active stretch for my hamstrings. Okay, about 10 reps. I didn't count. Okay, we're going to go back down, opposite arm, opposite leg. It looks like a march. Okay, on this end, we're gonna squat, and then we're gonna round out the back and straighten the legs. Squat, round out the back, about 5 reps. Okay, then I'm gonna go opposite arm, opposite leg, straight leg kicks. Just alternating sides. And again, getting a nice active stretch for the hamstrings. Okay, on this end, let's repeat 5 reps, squat, hamstring stretch. 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's go back down, opposite arm, opposite leg, straight leg kicks. On this end, we're going to do a sumo squat. We have our feet wide and at an angle. Torso stays upright. I'm going to sink down. I like to pray here. You can do whatever you want to with your arms. 5 reps. Okay, I'm going to go into a lunge here. I'm going to lunge forward, bringing my arms overhead, alternating sides. Okay, I'm going to repeat my sumo squats here, 5 reps. Okay, let's go back with the lunge. The length of the room I'm using here, I'm getting about 5 or 6 reps of each of these exercises going down the room. Okay, here I'm going to tap my heels out in front, about 10 reps. And then I'm going to do heel ups, walking forward, butt kicks. Okay. going to repeat here. Heel ups in front. 5, 6, 8, 9, 10. And butt kicks again. Okay, one thing I forgot. Clients will always come in, and the first thing that we do is point and flex the wrist, and we also rotate them in different directions so that we warm up the joints. Let's do the same thing with the ankles. Point, flex, and rotate. And we go about 8 or 10 times in each direction. Okay, let's rotate here. Okay, so we're going to take the warm-up onto the mat. I have 4 exercises, warm-up exercises. I'm going to be using a band. If you don't have either a tie-off band or a mini band, you can just, you can do no resistance. These exercises, you don't have to have the resistance band. The first thing I'm going to do is a bird dog, which we don't need the bands for the bird dog. What we're going to do, we're on all fours. I'm going to go opposite arm, opposite leg. I'm going to go ahead and add a crunch here. We're going to go elbow to knee and back out. Elbow to knee, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, other side, elbow to knee, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay. All right, so here I'm going to be side lying. I'm going to make sure that my elbow lines up right under my shoulder joint. I want to look back and make sure that my back is flat, as if I were up against a wall. I'm going to lift my chest and brace my core. I'm going to flex the foot that's on top, okay? I'm going to press it slightly back, and then I'm going to lift up, okay? This is a very short range of motion. I'm targeting my glute medius here. If you're not feeling it in the glute medius, that might mean that your leg is going straight up and down. Maybe your core isn't engaged. You don't have all of these other cues in place. It's really important. Now, typically, I do about 10 to 12 reps like this. If you wanted, you could attach a resistance band to your ankles and make this a little more advanced, okay? So say we've gotten 10 or 12 reps. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a small circle. In that same position, I'm going to do about 10 or 12 circles. Okay, now I'm just going to reverse the motion. Okay, so other side. The reason that I like to do these personally is so that when I begin the strength exercises, I have been engaging the proper muscles in the glute so that I'm not using the wrong group of muscles, basically. and end up with injury, strain, overuse. Okay, I wasn't counting here. I'm going to go ahead and move on to my circles in one direction. That was about 10, and I'm going to reverse. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. Okay. I'm going to take my band, my long band here. I'm going to tie it off above the knee. If you don't have a band, like I said, you don't have to have the band. We're going to do a glute bridge and a butterfly. Okay, so I've got this nice and tight here above the knee. Now, what I want to do is my core is going to be really tight here. All right, and I'm going to lift up, I'm going to squeeze the glutes. And at the top of the motion, I'm going to separate the band, okay? And then I'm going to drop back down. So what I want you to do, when you separate the band at the top, don't let your hips fall out, okay? We want to maintain the height of the bridge while separating the band at the top. I usually do about 30 reps to get the glutes firing, get the core engaged. And since I'm not counting here, I'm just going to do a few more. I would try to get about 15 or 30 reps of these though as a warm-up, okay? Especially if you're going to be doing glute dominant exercises. Okay? Okay, so let's warm up the upper body a bit here. What I'm going to do is, since this is a warm-up, I'm going to do a push-up on my knees and then add a child's pose. Okay, so child's pose, we want to start here. I'm going to come up on my knees and I'm going to do a narrow push-up, okay? Go back to child's pose. Narrow push-up, child's pose. Let's get about 10 reps here. I think this is 4. If the narrow style push-up is too difficult, you can always make your push-up wide, okay? So this is kind of a gentle way to warm up the core and the upper body. I've lost count again. I'm gonna do about one more here. All right, and a child's pose. So we get a nice lat stretch. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into the slider workout. I have 7 exercises that we're gonna do. So I'm gonna use my towel here. The first exercise I call the ice skater. This is really a focus on the quad here. So the foot that is not on the slider, that's our working leg, okay? What I'm gonna do, and Ella, you may wanna come around to the side. My daughter is videoing the workout for me, and I appreciate that so much. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna bend my left knee, and I'm gonna move my slider out to the front, and notice the leg is straight here. My torso, a slight bend forward with the torso, okay? So what I'm gonna do is gently, now be really light. Your foot, the ball of your foot is very light on the slider, okay? Because again, the foot that doesn't have the slider is the working leg. So I'm gonna slide forward and I'm gonna take this all the way around, all the way back. What I'm gonna do is not come up out of this bend that I have here. I'm using my arms for balance. Okay, I think I'm on about 6 reps. We're gonna go for about 12 reps. Now, you're going to start feeling all of the quadricep group start to burn a little. Now, if this starts to be unbearable, then what we need to do is modify just a little. So what we can do, let's go, we're going a half circle around. When you bring it back up, you could stand up and release the quad, okay? So we go around, back, release the quad, okay? Let's move to the other side. But if you are able to maintain that bend, we are putting the quad under some tension for 12 reps. Single leg balance is something that really interests me and becomes a focus with my clients. It's really important that you are able to do movements on both legs and isolate them individually. Okay, so now we're going to move to core. We're still going to use our slider. I'm going to get in a palm plank. I'm going to take the slider, and on one foot, I'm going to do a mountain climber, and then I'm going to slide out to the side. In, out. In, out. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, let's swap sides. All right, 1, out, 2, out, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay? Back to lower body. We're going to be doing a slider back lunge. So, my working leg is the left leg with the right leg very light on the slider. I'm going to slide back into a lunge. What I want to do here is alternate the back leg. We're going to go straight, pull up, bend the knee, pull up. Straight, up, bend the back leg. Six, 7, 8, 9, one more, 10, and 10. Technically, we did 20 reps there. All right, let's move. Now the right leg is the working leg. All right, we're gonna lunge, bent knee, 1, straight leg, 2. Sorry, that's 2. And 2 there. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 10. Okay, now we're going to break from the slider for just a moment. We're going to do a couple of core moves on the mat. I'm going to grab a sip of water. Okay. the cues that were given when we did the glute medius abduction. I'm laying on the side. Elbow is under the shoulder joint. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna lift my hips off of the mat into a modified side plank, okay? So I'm gonna lift. I'm gonna bring elbow to knee together in the front, extend, drop my hips back down, okay? Lift, crunch, extend, drop down. Lift, crunch, extend. In, out. 5, crunch, out. 6, crunch, out. 7, out. 8, 9, 10. That's it. If this move proves to be too difficult for you, we can modify and just hip lift. Hip lift. You are still getting shoulder stability, oblique engagement, as well as glute engagement, okay? If you want, once you master this, then you can add a little leg lift, okay? So let's move to the other side. We're gonna get 10 on the other side. We lift, crunch, extend, drop down. Lift, crunch, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, let's get right back on those sliders. I've got one more lower body slider. We are going to combine 3 different styles of lunge. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, left leg is the working leg. I'm gonna slide forward into a front lunge. Up, side lunge. Up, back lunge, okay? Front, side, back. Front, side, back. Side, back. 2 more times. We're going for 6 each way. So this is 6, 2, 3, okay? Okay. Right leg is the working leg. We're gonna slide forward, lunge forward, side, back. That's 1. 2. 3. 4. We have 2 more. 5. Side, back. 6. Side, back. That's it, okay? We're moving back into core. I'm gonna go into an elbow plank. If you have a mat, a rug, something to protect your elbows, I'm gonna use the carpet. And what we're gonna do is in an elbow plank, we're just gonna slide the towel out about 10 reps, okay? Make sure your plank is nice and level. You don't want your butt in the air. You don't want your back to sink. 8, 9, 10. Other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's it. Okay, guys, so 7 exercises. We're looking at mostly lower body, core. Of course, we're using our arms when we're doing the plank slide outs. But this gives you a pretty good variety of body weight exercises that you can do at home with a towel, okay? I hope you enjoyed the video. I would repeat these exercises 3 sets, probably 3 sets. So good luck, everyone, and have a great day.